Welcome to Business Boosters, where we unlock the power of technology to propel your business forward. I'm John Horner, and today we're going to discuss why your IT initiatives are failing to have the impact that you'd like and what to do about it. So let's look at your business. How many different business processes are there that could be improved through technology in your business? 5, 10, 50, 500, 5,000? Well, a typical business has 5 to 10 different departments. Think sales, marketing, finance, and so on and so forth. Each one of those departments typically has at least 10, often more, core responsibilities. Think lead generation as a responsibility. And then each one of those core responsibilities often has at least 10 different activities or business processes that are necessary in order to be successful. So if I assume that most of those could benefit in some way through technology, I now have 500 targets at a minimum that could be improved through technology. That right there is the crux of the problem. How do I identify of those hundreds and hundreds of potential areas, which ones will have the greatest impact? It's like being a scout in professional sports. There are so many potential targets that I could evaluate further and could create greatness. Well, in business, so many businesses are identifying and evaluating mediocre ideas. And how do you expect to achieve greatness if all you're doing is evaluating mediocrity? And even if you feel like you're good at finding those initiatives, having a regimented approach that allows you to do it faster, improve, and evaluate those options or set it up for better evaluation can only help you accomplish even more. And that's what I'm going to talk about today, some ways that you can accomplish that. So what most businesses do, they take an outside-in approach. They say, what in the world of technology could I apply to my business? What's new? What's shiny? AI, automation, you name it. And then they evaluate that against the potential targets in their business. They say, where could I apply this? Just because it's relevant doesn't mean it's impactful. And that's the number one issue with looking at what's new or what's shiny, is it doesn't start with what's going to have the greatest impact on your business. Another common approach is, what are other people doing? What are my competitors doing? How can I copy what they're doing? Well, there's two big flaws with that. One, they're different. They have different technologies, different people, different systems, different business processes, different customers. And number two, they probably didn't take a regimented approach either. So you're taking something out of context that may not even be a great idea and trying to apply that to your business in order to have a positive impact. Unlikely to be a recipe for success. In fact, I'd argue that it's completely backwards. What I suggest you do is start with an inside-out approach. I call it impact-driven. What business processes will potentially have the greatest impact if I'm able to find a way to improve them? So you start with that. What could have the biggest impact? And now you may say, well, I don't know anything about technology. How do I know which could have the biggest impact? Forget about technology right now. Just think about the business process and the potential for what an improvement could do if you were to find a way to make it better. So I'm not yet worried about how to make it better, just which areas could be improved and have a tremendous impact. And that's where this very simple approach of identifying those business processes against 3 different rules. Number 1, high volume. Number 2, high stress. Number 3, high influence. So we'll go through each of them. High volume. Which business processes have a high volume of work flowing through them? Think a high volume of orders, a high number of proposals, just a large amount of work that needs to get done. Large volume of work, that's a potential target. Number 2, high stress. That could be stress on people or stress on systems. Stress on people could be demonstrated through turnover. You're seeing symptoms of lack of engagement. You're seeing actual physical distress on people, high stress. With systems, you may see it that there is quality issues, that there's a backlog. Anytime you have resources that are not performing at a high level, it could be due to high stressors. Those are indicators that they're potential targets. High influence. Think of the 80-20 rule. 20% of causes result in 80% of the effects. 20% of your customers may result in 80% of your revenue. 20% of your products could result in 80% of your sales. So find those causes, those potential people or the potential business processes that have the greatest effect. And by doing that, I'd say even go a step further. What are the 10% that have the 85 or 90% of the impact? if you're able to identify those areas, then making small improvements could have a very large impact. Think high volume. Small percentage improvement multiplied across all of the volume could have significant effects. High influence, very minor improvements against high value or high influence items can have a significant impact. And high stress, again, the cost of those stresses by just reducing those a bit can have a tremendous impact. Now, oftentimes when you're evaluating your business processes, these will stand out like red thumbs because they will have multiple of these affecting the same business processes. It's oftentimes the things that get talked about. And you may not have answers for these yet, but these are the areas that I would target to identify as areas where technology could help. And by doing that, you're now able to evaluate not just what's most relevant, but which areas should I focus my time and my energy on. And by doing that and investing my time, energy, and money into those areas, I can take leaps forward. Thank you very much. Have an incredible day.